Okay, guys, welcome to another Hive Humpday Hangout. Again, we are starting slowly, but you know, guys, how it goes. During the show, it grows, people are coming, and audience is growing. So let's hope that it will happen today, the same like last week, as it was very, very interesting in the end and during the show, of course. But we started slowly in the family, like we like to do it. Today have a special guest in the show. We have Halman here, David from Krakow, Poland, who will talk about a bit about his journey on Hive, the kingdom, the proposal, the Hive in general, and so on and stuff like that. I met him last year at Hive Beacon, and it was really, really awesome meetup, and we hang out a lot during that event. Event was actually just one day. I thought it was two, but it was just officially one day. But we were hanging out for 5 days probably, or something like that. And I really, really liked the idea what he built there, thanks to others. And of course, to be stubborn and building stuff for others, for the community. But before diving into the interview with David, I would just like to welcome him and Dusko Bagade, Melinda, my Fire, and Paloma to the show. So let's see how it goes. David, how are you doing?
Thanks for invitation. I'm now in the kingdom. In this moment, in our main room, people are talking in Spanish.
Oh, interesting.
And and I'm sitting with Mateusz in the wardrobe. He is doing his work, and I'm talking with you.
Oh, just an explanation. What is a wardrobe? You are in the wardrobe, so people don't know what is a wardrobe. Before to clarify things.
Yeah, we have one room, and entrance is through the wardrobe. So many people think that it is just a wardrobe, but it is just entrance to another room, like in Narnia. Yeah.
Yeah, like in Narnia. Great. I really like that. I also thought that it's just a wardrobe when I was there, but it was actually a whole room with a nice table and it was really awesome there. Okay, so David, we know a lot of things about the kingdom. At least I know, but I know that people from the audience doesn't know. But I would like to hear a bit about you here in the show. So, at the beginning, who is behind the Halman username? How life treats you, and how did you bump on Hive? So that's always an interesting question. How did you find Hive?
Actually, it was Archeo Hive, yeah, that is platform which was before Hive, occupied by
The legacy
Justin
chain.
Sands.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting story. It was December 2017. I was in Latvia. Actually, I was in bus from Riga to Warsaw, and my colleague just wrote to me with question, "Do you know Steam?" And I answered, "Yes, I heard about it, but I don't know what this blockchain is." So yeah, during this journey, I just use internet and check some information. And when I was already in Poland, in Rzeszów, because at those time I lived in Rzeszów, I just create account, and 24 hours later I had activated account.
So the guy in the
Uh,
bus was like a foreigner. So it was you didn't
no,
know
no, no,
him.
no, no.
Ah,
I just checked my Facebook, and my friend
okay, okay,
asked
okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So yeah, I have a long time to find information about this platform. So yeah, I found it out that it is quite interesting idea, and yeah, I create account.
Did you have some experience with the cryptocurrency from before, or that was like your first blockchain cryptocurrency thing
No,
that
no,
you?
actually I am a musician. So some people asked me to create a Bitcoin wallet, maybe 2 years earlier, yeah, in 2015. And I think, yeah, I created my first Bitcoin wallet then. I received 0.2 Bitcoins, and I didn't know what to do with this stuff, so I sent this to one ill girl, sick girl. Yeah, she has some surgery or something like this. She
Mhm.
need money and collected money in bitcoins. So I decided to send all these bitcoins to her. Yeah, and later, I think in 2017, I already had quite big experience with cryptocurrencies. I trade them and so on. But at the moment when I found Steemit, it was the peak, yeah, like all-time high.
Yeah, 2017 and
So
2018. Yeah, those times.
yes, so yeah, it was quite a good moment to get into this platform, and uh, quickly I just realized that uh, I don't want to make, I don't know, to do anything with other blockchains. Yeah,
Ah,
that
okay.
I
You find
decided
your
that.
home.
Yeah, it takes a lot of my effort and time, and there are nothing behind this project. So yeah, all in I was in Steam, and yeah, and some part in bitcoins. But since then I'm not interested in any other blockchains,
Oh,
really.
interesting. I have one question. So actually, you were like kind of a pioneer in your surroundings. So you were the first one who was on Hive, and after that, you were like developing the community there in Krakow. Was it like
In
that?
Rzeszów.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
It was,
pardon. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, it was like, because the kingdom exists since 2015. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we did it with my friend, and the idea was to create a place where we can do events, yeah, meet with friends, and some community center, community club, something like this, because we had this feeling that there is lack of places like this where you can just meet with friends, with other people, and you can do something together. So the kingdom was opened in 2015 in June.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at those times, there was nothing, there was no connections with any blockchain. But these first 2 years gave us some experience that it is not very easy to conduct place like this, to maintain place like this. So when I found this Steam, so my first thought was maybe we can use somehow the blockchain to upgrade our place to make it better. And yeah, very quickly we did some Steam community in Rzeszów.
Yeah, you mentioned
At those
you mentioned that you actually moved from one city to another one. So you actually started with the blockchain thing already in the first place, no?
yes,
Oh, okay.
we started do something in Rzeszów. It is in eastern Poland.
And you are from there, or where are you
No.
originally?
I'm originally from Silesia region. It is like Katowice
Ah, okay.
region. It is western Poland.
Okay.
So yeah, my how to say, my journey was very long. Like most of my life, I lived there. Then I decided to go for 1 year volunteering to Latvia. Then when I came back from Latvia, I moved to another city or town called Tarnów. And from Tarnów, I moved to Rzeszów. Yeah, but which I just had some friends in Rzeszów, so with them I decided to do this project like this, and
and
it was very interesting.
so and in these days, do they come to Krakow to visit the kingdom?
Sometimes, yes, it is 160 kilometers, I
Whoa,
think.
it's a lot.
Yeah, there are 2 hours at least to come to Krakow. Sometimes, yeah, they are coming, but actually we had quite big, I can say this, like fan base in Krakow when we were in Rzeszów. So people from Krakow came to Rzeszów for example, Steam meetings. And it was very interesting period for Polish community because 2018 was very intensive year. There was a lot of activities, a lot of contests, a lot of dramas. Yeah,
I remember in the crypto world also there was a lot of things that are happening. I remember that I went to some conferences in live and web conferences too. So it was a lot of things that were happening.
yeah.
Somehow I see that I think that now it's not that busy, but it is. It probably is busier than before.
Yeah. So there was also this D-Live platform and many of our meetings were streamed. Of course, now you cannot watch these streams because D-Live escaped.
Yeah, they moved to other platform.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very interesting period. There were a lot of users, active users. There are statistics, and at those times we had at the peak it was May 2018. There were, I think, 1,500 active users per week. Now we have 50 in Polish community.
1,500 in a week. So what kind of place was that when did you
There
fit
were
all the people?
a lot of posts, yeah, but yeah, it was
one thing that I will forget. So I have to ask. I remember when we have the Hive beacon, you were counting how many people were in the kingdom at that moment. So I forgot the number, but you probably remember it.
I think around 40, I think it was something like this.
40, 50, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, it was a really interesting period. we had a lot of users, and we had a lot of meetings, and always we had some topics to discuss. Even if we were focused mainly on Polish community, there were so many dramas, so many things and topics that we always had something to discuss and talk, and there were long, even night talks. Yeah, and later, I even in this 2018, but in second half of the year, this became go lower and lower, yeah, and next years were worst.
So you mentioned that you actually had a huge fan base in Krakow. So that was probably a obvious way where to move when you have troubles in the first place. So when you decide to
Yeah.
move, I suppose that was the logical way to go to Krakow. So when did you do the move of the kingdom from one place to another? When that happened?
Yeah, actually, in 2019, it be- I remember our New Year's party in 2018, 2019. It was really nice, nice party. There came even this many Steam users, yeah, and we have a lot of optimism, and yeah, and the year 2019 started terribly because we had a kind of escape room in our place, and in the very beginning of January 2019, there was big disaster in one Polish escape room in northern Poland. Then 5 girls came into escape room, and there was a fire. They couldn't escape, and they died.
Whoa.
So after this accident, there were a lot of controls. So we had to close our room because it was on some global, maybe not global, but Polish, very popular Polish platform with escape rooms. So all these institutions just had all information where these escape rooms are. So we had to close it. And the consequence of this was that we had problem with heating because we use some I don't know how it is how a kind of oven for coal, and they said that it can't stand there, so we had problem with heating, and we were waiting for spring. We were just saying spring is coming, and we had also some support from Foundation platform. There were something like this on Steam. Yeah, and they came spring, and we received just information that our contract will expire, and we have to leave this place because they want to sell all building. So yeah, we had to decide what to do, and we decided to move to Krakow. And what was quite a funny story that the timing of this were not very perfect, so we had to put our stuff for maybe 2 weeks somewhere, because in Krakow we could start, I think, maybe in the middle of June, and we had to leave old place till end of May. And
You have to bridge somewhere to that period.
yeah, so we move our all things or all stuff to one escape room, which was closed and couldn't operate because all these law restrictions, and there were empty space. So we move all our stuff to one escape room in Rzeszów, and then move it all to Krakow. And yeah, we had one year of renovation because the conditions in this new place in Krakow were terrible. We had to make a total refurbishment of the place. But yeah, it was a kind of opportunity for us because in the last period of Rzeszów existence, I just figured out that we have to change our system. Our system was like people could came to our place, order tea, and they could drop some money into wooden boxes, and these boxes were on the tables, but it didn't work. So we had always some financial problems, and we maintained this place from other sources, some money from other projects which foundation had at those times. So I already know that we had to change something, and this moving to Krakow.
Yeah, that was the perfect timing to
Yes.
implement those changes. Just a second before we continue, I just want to say hello to Volkatos, Duskubogda, Jeza, and Bill Prague. They just arrived. So if you are
Hi guys.
So if you want to follow, we are chatting in the event/chat. So there is all the activity of chatting. And one thing before we continue, Melinda asks, what are escape rooms? So I know what are escape rooms, but if you... Oh, okay, Dusko Bogda already replied. Live indoor games, discovering hidden signals to find the way out and finish the game. So they are already helping each other to explain things. Okay, so we can continue. I just want to... that was actually my next question. What problems Hive solves for the kingdom, as you just started to explain that. So I suppose that's the perfect answer.
Yeah,
One of the problems that solves for you.
In the very beginning, we just looked on Hive, yeah, actually at those times Steam, as a alternative crowdfunding, yeah, that we can write articles, get rewards, and then we can exchange these rewards for some stuff. But yeah, later we just started to look on it as on technical from technical sides, yeah, like the blockchain we can use to create our token. And yeah, and we were really inspired by all this system, yeah? Like this power that token can give you a power. So we implemented these all ideas in our place, and it is really something completely new if we will compare to other NGOs in Poland or crowdfunding, yeah, because the problem with crowdfunding, and we have this experience from Rzeszów, was like many platforms, they just propose the system like this, yeah. Pay I don't know, $10 and you will receive Mac and something. Pay 20, you will receive Mac and T-shirt, yeah. And when we was in Rzeszów and we did crowdfunding for refurbishment of our first place, we had all these rewards. For example, some sweets from Ukraine. Yeah, we were in Ukraine. We buy some candies and put it as a rewards for the donators. Yeah, and some people make donation, check this reward, but never they took it back. Yeah, so the date on this sweets expired, and we had problem what to do with it. Yeah, and this model of tokenization solved this problem. We said to people, you can make donation, you will receive token, and later in future you will be able to use these tokens for receiving stuff in our place. And it is one side. And second side is this power. Yeah, we said to people, if you the tokens will be your votes. So if you will have a lot of tokens, you will have a big voting power. If you will have just a little tokens, you will have yes, proportional smaller power.
So you actually
So
you created like a circular economy and plus a governance token. I mean, from one token was for the both things.
Yes, and everybody who has these tokens has right to make a proposal, and then is all procedure to voting this proposal.
Great, it really sounds great. So you are currently covering your costs with this circular economy, with these tokenomics.
Yes, it helps us a lot. If we will compare our situation now and our situation in Rzeszów, there is no comparison. We had much more funds, and our situation is much better.
I suppose that it's not easy to get funded for something, but it's always harder to maintain something that you have. So that's maintenance is always an issue. So it's not just with the NGOs, but also for some city when they build something, it's always the maintenance is the biggest issue. If you solve that problem, like you did with the tokenomics, that's actually like a long-term solution which can scale. So that's also, you can build it on top of that. So that, and you build a lot of things there. So can you just describe how it looks there at physically, I mean, in the kingdom, to others, because others probably doesn't know.
Yeah, we have the venue in very center of Krakow. It's great location. We have 10 minutes to the railway station, 10 minutes to the main square. So yeah, there are a lot of, how to say, old buildings in our surrounding. And our building is also quite old, has more than 100 years, I think 120. And it is also quite big. We have two big rooms, a kind of kitchen, some workshop, and some other room, which is now a kind of magazine, a kind of storage. Yeah. So yeah. Mainly events are organized in the main room, but there is also this wardrobe room, which is not private, but yeah, more cameral.
What kind of workshops do you do there? So you mentioned that you have a workshop room. So what kind of workshops do you organize?
We have workshop as a room. So, but for now we still prepare this place. So workshop are mainly in main room. But yeah, we do many kinds of workshops, like ceramic workshops or painting workshops. There were, oh God, I forgot this croquet. I don't, I forgot the name of this. Like you can make sweater or a scarf
Oh,
with
crochet, I think.
yeah. So we had some workshop with it, led by one girl from Ukraine. It is very nice story, because when invasion on Ukraine started, we just decided that we have to do something, and from the very beginning we collected some donation for Ukraine, some stuff, and we sent it for them. But after some days, I realized that it is not enough, and there are a lot of Ukrainians around us, and we had to do something to for them, that they will feel more comfortable in Poland. So we decided to do kind of lessons of Polish language for them, but they are based just on conversation. So I printed 400 photographs, and in pairs, people just described these photographs, and it was really a really good method to learn and teach language. Yeah.
Yeah, people always
So
wonder how do you learn some new language, but you described exactly what happened with me with Spanish. I had no idea with Spanish, and when I arrived in Spain, nobody knew any other language, so you have to show them, and they were showing pictures and pointing the finger. So this is this is that, this is that, and then slowly you are starting creating sentences and everything. So that's really a good way
like
how.
children, yeah.
Yeah, like children. Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a good way.
So good example is Ludmiła, and she came and she was very shy and had a really big barrier to use Polish language. Actually, she didn't know Polish. So we started slowly and slowly, and after 3 months, we could freely talk about everything. So yeah, she told me about her passion, about her hobby, that she is doing stuff with wool, like these sweaters and scarves and gloves. And I said, "Oh, why don't do this here, yeah, like workshop?" And she started to do this. She did her first workshop, and now I observe her on Instagram. She is even on Essence, but not very active. Her nickname is Makaroshka. So yeah, I observed her, and I see that she does many workshops in Krakow, and last month I think she did even one workshop in Kiev. So she started to do this, but the origin was in the kingdom, yeah. So and that's how kingdom works and acts. People has some idea and or passion, and they can share their passions here. So yeah, all workshops or activities depend on people. If people want to do something, they just do something here.
And Melinda is commenting, the first time I learned of the kingdom was when you helped Blind Spot. So
Yeah. Blind Spot is also awesome story of actually a power of Hive community, and how it can help people.
okay, so Do you want to go into the story about the blind spot? Or it's
Yeah. It's
probably a long
close.
story.
It's a long story. Yeah, I remember that in the very beginning. I think it was the first day on invasion. I remember my wife wake up me and said that there is a war, and later I went on Hive and I saw this post of blind spot that Kharkiv is under attack, that people have problems with withdraw money and doing shopping. And after some days, I saw his second post that he's on the Polish-Ukrainian border and everything is okay, and he is very grateful. But somehow I skipped this third post that he is in Warsaw, in a railway station or somewhere like this, and he had problem with accommodation, that he is almost homeless because his embassy, Bengal embassy, doesn't want to help him. And yeah, people in the comments started to make a brainstorming what we can do in this situation. Somebody thought that Fortune, the guy from Czech Republic, is living in Krakow, and he said, "No, I'm not living in Krakow anymore. I'm in Prague, but there is this Hallman and Kingdom, and maybe they can help." So yeah, he contacted with me on Discord, and I said that I need just his blind spot's phone number, and yeah. After some hours, I had his number, and I called him that it is not very wise to stay in Warsaw because it's very expensive city. He can come to Krakow. We will manage something for him. And actually, other Hive user, his nickname is Przybysz. He had apartment in Krakow, but at those times he was studied some Iranian studies, so he had online, all classes were online, and he were in some other town, and he said he can freely stay in my place. So yeah, Adil, after some days, came to Krakow and stayed some maybe 2 weeks or 3 in Krakow, and then went to Netherlands because there were better conditions for refugees.
I remember he was telling me the story that he was actually like living in the kingdom for those 2 weeks in Krakow. It was his second
Yeah,
home.
yes, he was. I think almost or every day in the kingdom we were chatting and cooking, and yeah, it was. Despite these terrible times, it was wonderful time for us. Yeah, like we could feel that a Hive is a really something what's solving problem, really a community. And
that just shows the power of the community to solve the actual
yes.
problems. Yeah, that's really powerful.
Yeah, but what is interesting, then after some months there were Hive Fest in Amsterdam. Adil was a volunteer, and he met my new life, Rafał, and just started to talk with him, and he realized that he is from Krakow, and said, from Krakow there is a kingdom, and Rafał didn't know about kingdom. And the funny thing is that he looked on the map, and it was like 20, not 20, 200 meters from his place. Yeah, he lives
Neighbor.
just around the Yes, he is our neighbor. So sometimes he passed by our place, but yeah,
So
he didn't.
you needed this connection from the Ukraine to go to the Amsterdam to connect with your neighbor in Krakow. It's amazing how it
Yes,
works. Yeah.
that, yeah,
Okay, let's move on. Let's move. I know that you created a DHF proposal regarding for the kingdom. So what was the purpose? What was the idea behind it? So was it some how can the kingdom help more to Hive and vice versa, or what was the story about that proposal?
yeah.
Can you take?
Actually, I can start from the beginning. That, as I said, this blockchain were inspiration for us. We used this on many different levels. In Krakow, also as a database to do some library system, for example, and many books are just in blockchain database as a records, as a articles are just a records of our books. Yeah, and thanks this we know who has the book, for example. Yeah, and then in 2022 I think we did a kind of development fund, and we used these all opportunities with APR on HBD, and we did some special fund for developing our place. And thanks to this development fund, we bought, for example, piano. Mi piano played during Hive Beacon on this piano, and and other stuff like dishwasher and some
Stuff that were needed there.
yes, everything what was needed we could buy with Hive. And yeah, and in the beginning of this year, we started to think maybe we will use somehow funds from value plan develop our place, mainly for promotion, because yeah, this example with Rafał and Blind Spot in Amsterdam shows that our promotion isn't perfect, and it was one of our major problems. So yeah, we used these funds from value plan for promotion, and it works very, very well. Yeah, we had a lot of new people now in the kingdom. So with this experience, and these funds were not so big. Yeah, we received maybe something behind 1,000 and 2,000 HBDs monthly. Yeah, because there were different amount of this for different months. However, it isn't big amount of money if we will compare it, for example, with the rally car.
Yeah.
So our reflection was, if we did so big job, yeah, so big progress with just, I don't know, $10,000 for half a year, then if we will we can much more develop it with bigger funds, and when we will not base only on volunteering work, but we will be able to pay people for some work. So it was, yeah, the main thought about making proposal, because with value plan we cannot fund some costs, salaries, yeah, some costs of work. And moreover, there appeared some another opportunities, like Mateusz, he already left this wardrobe room, but he is in Krakow from September. Last years he lived in other Polish town, but he is the only person from Krakow I know. He knows Hive. He was developer of Rabona game.
Oh, I know Rabona.
One off. One off. He just joined this team later and did his own interface. Yeah, so he had experience how to do something on Hive, because it was also a problem during this month. Like, we had a lot of people. We had quite a lot of programmers, people from IT, because we started to use Meetup platform. We had even coding events, like creative coding Tuesdays. There were two events like this, but we were not able to do anything with Hive because nobody has experience with Hive. And I am not programmer, and no programmers here has this experience with Hive except Mateusz. So he appeared in Krakow, and we decided that we definitely should do something like Hive coding school, because these creative coding schools were quite popular. People were interested in it. So yeah, why not making something with Hive? So there were two. I think there were two main things in this proposal. First, it was to make team, professional team, because we have a team, but it is like team based on only on volunteering. So my experience with volunteerism is that it can work for a while, yeah, for some months or 2 or 3, but it won't work for years. It cannot.
It's hard to motivate people without a
Yeah.
salary, so that's for sure.
Yes. Yes. So our goal was to make the team, professional team, and focused just on Hive. How to promote Hive more, how to promote Hive through the kingdom, and how to make people more active, how to stimulate them. Because yeah, it is great work to do. Yeah, it is not so easy to reach these goals with just volunteers. So yeah, it was first thing to do a team, and second, to make this coding school, that then we will be able to create for an apps. And for example, the first team can project some application, for example, connected with the kingdom, and the second team or the school's students, they can make some applications. yeah, but our proposal failed. Actually, it is still activate, but yeah, I cut it costs, so and time goes forward. So now I do nothing with promoting this proposal, because even if it will be funded now, we will not have enough funds to cover all costs.
Actually, I really like that idea of having a small school for coding on Hive. So that's not a bad idea. Maybe you can organize it still like that, but try to raise money for that, or I know to create like a paid classes or something like that. So that's still can be
For
accomplished.
and now my because this idea came quite quickly, yeah, and but since this time, means since beginning of September, we talk a lot, and I think it is we will just wait for smart contracts, because from a developer's perspective, Hive isn't a very good environment to do applications now, because there are not smart contracts. And with these smart contracts, it will be much easier. And yeah, so we still think we are still thinking about this idea and this project, but probably we will wait till smart contract will appear on Hive. But yeah, this discussion about smart contracts, I remember even from prehistoric times of Steam. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a smart tokens before, and that was the story
Yeah.
before. Now it's smart contracts, but I hope that it will come out soon, as we had on HiveFest talk about that too. So, but I like the way the organic way how you actually onboard people on Hive. So through these small workshops that you have there, so like crochet or some lessons, language lessons, and then somebody heard about Hive by just talking with somebody else in the kingdom. That's important because you have like a physical place where people are talking about these things, and then raise a curiosity in others in newbies who have no idea about it. So that's really a great way how to organically grow. And I remember this Hive Fest, I was sitting on a watching the rally car, and I saw the guy who was just taking videos around and with the mobile phone and talking to the mobile phone. And then I asked him, where do you come from? And he said he from some South America, I think, or Central
Yeah,
America.
from Panama.
Yeah, Central America. And then I asked him, so when did you came to Hive? So what are you doing? And then I checked his profile and I saw he's creating these awesome videos, like TikTok videos, short videos, that nobody was doing on Hive. So and he said, oh, I just came through the kingdom. So I learned about Hive in kingdom, and that's how I was onboarded. So that was really great to see also just the meeting point, and then how you guys onboarded him. So that's really great to see.
Yeah, Krakow is great city. Yeah? There are a lot of foreigners. So and it's big university center, academic center. So yeah, there are a lot of people from many different branches. Yeah, so we just can use this opportunity.
We are already almost an hour in the show, so I would just like to get a little bit of space to people from the audience. So for the audience from the show, if somebody wants to ask something, David, you can do so. You can unmute your microphone and ask a question, or you can write it down in the chat. So I will read it. So if you have any questions, you can freely unmute your microphone and ask questions, so you know how it goes. We are always talking with each other in these shows, so nobody has to be shy or something. So if you have some question, you can do so, and please do so if you are interested about something or you want to ask David. He will not bite, I think.
No.
If not, I have a question for you. I had another question for you.
Yeah.
I had a great time on Hive Beacon last year. So the question is, do you plan to organize bigger Hive meetups in Kingdom, like these international meetups? I know that Hive Beacon wasn't just from the Kingdom organized; it was organized by Gandalf, by GTG.
Yeah.
But do you plan to do something like that? Maybe with the support of others? So
Yeah, actually, we are maybe not planning, but we are thinking. Hive Beacon was quite special, special circumstances, yeah, because Hive Fest was in Mexico. A lot of people from Europe didn't go to Mexico, so there were a very good environment and yes, circumstances to do this Hive Beacon in Krakow, and they came a lot of people. But yeah, it was great. Even so, we are thinking to do this. For now, we were quite busy with this proposal. Now we are quite busy with other things in the kingdom. But yeah, maybe next year we will do something like this. That definitely. I always dreamed about a Hive Fest, but like a kind of festival of Hive users that they can show their passions or what they do. Yeah.
yeah, that's the point. That's yeah. I always saying that Hive Fest shouldn't be just a big heads talking on the stage, but also some small creators should have kind of a stage for them and to show what they are doing on Hive. And also I missed, for example, the workshops on Hive Fest to do some round tables when everybody can talk. So not just a couple of people on the stage, but just a round table. And we had those things on Hive Beacon. I remember well that we were
Yeah.
talking. We were sitting in the wardrobe and we were talking about different things. About I remember the stable coins. I remember the how do you call it, the centralized coins, the I forgot the name. Anyways, so I remember that we had these talks when everybody can share opinion and views, and that's really great thing. I have an idea
Yeah.
about I have an idea about the collaboration. So because I was in Hamburg on the Buzz Party, so Buzz Party next year it will be in Graz, but maybe the year after the next year, maybe you can do some kind of a collaboration with Buzz Party and create Buzz Party in Krakow. So that could be a very nice fuse and combo.
Yeah. No problem. And yeah, from Hive Beacon, I also remember that the great thing was that people not from Hive would come to the kingdom and meet people from Hive and see this passion in them. Yeah, that I remember also some situations like we had. I think maybe 1 month before a Hive Beacon, my wife just on the street met Joandra from Aruba, and she was with another girl from Taiwan. So we invited them to come on this Hive Beacon party, and they came, and Joandra could talk in Dutch language with your friend from Netherlands.
Oh yeah, with
I
Etje.
don't.
Ed, yeah.
Yeah, Ed, yeah, yes. I don't know how to spell
Edward is
his
his name. So
nickname.
Ed.
Oh, okay. So with Ed, and this Taiwanese, on the other hand, could freely talk with living
Pauline.
UK Taiwan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
living UK
yeah.
Taiwan. Yeah.
So it was really nice that people from completely different parts of the world could meet in the kingdom and talk on different topics.
Also, Evelyn Chassin came and she was delighted to talk in Spanish with my wife. So I remember that well also. So
Yeah.
she was, wow, I can speak in Spanish. Finally, nobody speaks Spanish in Poland.
Yeah, so maybe we can think in this direction, yeah, how to use the potential of people on Hive, and just do this.
Yeah, the thing what you said about that somebody who is not on Hive came there during the Hive beacon and they were just, whoa, what's this? So there are 40 people here in the kingdom, so everybody was talking about something and I have no idea what it is, and then it raised curiosity. And also what you said,
Yes.
so you have these who are highly motivated people and they are living on Hive. So like and when you just get this combo and this fist fight with these two sides, then you just magic happens, and then they start to ask questions and they organically join Hive, and that's what we need.
Now we are touched very large topic of promotion Hive, yeah, and I think the kind of problem of Hive is that we took all these schemes from Steemit, and we look on it just mainly like on the blogging platform. But these meetings like Hive Beacon or some other meetings where people can come to meet with Hivers, it gives them just another kind of motivation to be on platform where they are, yeah, and look on Hive as on platform where there are just interesting people, and we can contact with them on Hive, and it's the ways how we use Hive in the kingdom. Many people use or look on Hive just to get to know what is happening in the kingdom, what was happening in the kingdom, because we publish every day report what was happening in the kingdom on our Królestwo account. So I know many people who just look on Hive to get to know what was happening, yeah. So yeah, we have to, and yeah, they are mainly activate themselves when there is some, I don't know, maybe topic on issue, and there is discussion, so they want to take part in discussion, and they just in this moment try to, where is my password, yeah, and they log in on Hive and write a comment.
Yeah, people like drama, that's for sure.
Not always drama, yeah. Sometimes they just want to express
Yeah,
them
of course,
their
that's
point
the
of
point.
view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
express their point of view, of course. I just want to read the comment from Marco. I think he was talking when we were talking about workshops. It's hard to add all of that to the fest. Maybe it is if it is a big one, so different events happening in the same time. Yeah, that was something that I experienced when on my one of these conferences that I was. So there was a main stage where you have like presentations, and then you have in the same time some workshop. So if you don't want to go to one, you go to the second one. But yeah, if there are more people, then you can split them in more parts. But if there is not many crowds, so it's not that possible. So you are right, Marco. Thanks for the input. I don't know how much time you have, David, so I don't want to take you too much time. your time. So if you want to add something, so we can slowly wrap up. If somebody wants to ask something, you have still chance to ask, and we can slowly.
Yeah, I have time, but yeah, we can discuss hours. So it is also
Yeah, of course.
mm,
We did that in live. So we were
yeah,
talking like hours and hours and hours and days and days.
yeah. But
Okay,
I think
sorry.
what is important in the kingdom that it is physical venue. Yeah, that from my perspective, it is quite important that there is this place where people who has Hive or want to have Hive can come and get some help because or just or be onboarded. Yeah, we did big step forward, I think, during last year, and I remember our first workshops because ceramic workshops, because formula was like we will fire your work, but first publish your work on Hive. So people came, wanted to create an account, and they had a really big problem to do this. There were many issues with this. You used Hive Invite,
Yeah,
but
account
on
creation was the
mobile,
problem. Yeah.
yeah, on mobile devices it didn't work correctly. But now, thanks to Keychain, it is very simple. People came, generate some QR code. I can scan this QR code, and they have. I can automatically delegate them some resource credits, and they can just do something on Hive. Yeah, they are already logged in Keychain. Of course, they have to save their keys, but yeah, it's easier. So we go forward with this.
Yeah, it's very important. I don't know. When I didn't when I didn't go to any events before, so I didn't notice. I didn't realize how it's important are these meetups in live. So then when you go to one Hive Fest or one meetup with just one Hivean, then you talk for hours about Hive and stuff around it. Then you just realize how it adds a completely different dimension to your Hive experience. So you just
Yeah.
you see the person who is behind the keyboard, behind the username, and it means a lot, and it creates a bond not just with that person but with the platform. Then you realize, whoa, those are people, those are living creatures, living people, humans, and that's really important. That's why it's important that the kingdom survives and thrives and onboard others like Cassil, like Blindspot and others. So that was really great. The
Yeah.
stories that are behind that, so those stories are creating the special thing around it.
Yeah, but still, I think yeah, and this is this topic from proposal. Yeah, you have to put a lot of effort to just show these stories. Yeah, stories are not promoting themselves,
Yeah,
so you have to like this boreholes from Ghana. Yeah,
yeah,
if we will, even if we will build 1,000 boreholes and do not show it properly, there won't be promotional effect for Hive. Yeah, there will be, of course, this charity effect and effect on people's life, but every stories like this should be enlightened. Yeah, like blockchain media should talk about it, or not even not blockchain media, but all medias, yeah. And all these cases could be shown, should be shown in a very interesting way.
Yeah, I remember the how was the situation before the hard fork from the legacy chain to Hive, and I remember very well that we have a lot of these online virtual town halls and talks and something like this, but with much more many more people, and that was something that was creating better bonds. And then those were places where you can share your stories, and even for the person who is already in Hive, it means something because it's an interesting story, it's an inspiring story, and it motivates you to continue and to maybe create some your stories like that one by onboarding somebody from the outside. So it's very inspirational for others, and that's why it's important that we have these places where we can share these things. I think
Yeah,
that we can wrap up the show with that. So thank you very much for sharing your story, David. So because you have so many stories, I know that we can talk for hours and hours, and you have a lot of
thanks
stories.
for invitation.
Thank you very
Thanks
much
for invitation. Yeah.
thank you for responding and to coming to this to the Decency Discord and talk about it. I will just call out others. If you want to follow David on Hive, you can just click there, so and you can follow him. Also, I've already shared the proposal. You can check out the proposal, what it is about. So maybe you can comment and make a noise about it. Maybe for the next things, if they launch some other proposal, you can support it. So, and thanks everyone for joining. Thanks Bolkatos, Jeza, Marco, Melinda, Paloma, and of course David for joining us. And that will be all
Thanks a lot.
that will be all for today. We will have an after show after this, so you can stay a bit more if you want. So maybe people will not be that shy to ask some questions if you have a couple of minutes more, as usual. And I just want to say, if you want to like to support me, the easiest way to do is to follow my account and vote for Layotes Witness. And also special thanks goes to Melinda and Good Karma for providing this space for the shows. Thank you very much for this. Thanks everyone from the audience. And guys, see you, I hopefully, next Wednesday. Bye bye.